The NFL news is coming at us fast. It's impacting our fantasy teams, impacting how we approach the waiver wire and how we set our lineups. And this is huge as we saw more news come out today as Kareem Hunt just signed a one-year deal with the Cleveland Browns as this team is trying to patch up this backfield after losing Nick Chubb for the season due to a knee injury. This is going to have huge ramifications to the waiver wire, considering everybody was jumping off the bit to get Jerome Ford yesterday. A lot of people being nervous about that. A lot of people don't care about Kareem Hunt. There's a lot of things going on social media right now, people discussing this, but we're going to dig into the facts and the data here. Kareem Hunt, these running backs of the Cleveland Browns, and try to talk through this. You need to hit that subscribe button right now. Stop missing out on these deep dives, the advanced analytics of these players, especially these lesser known players off the waivers, so you can get a better grip of what's going on with these prospects so you can make the best decisions for yourself. I'm going to help you set those lineups, help you get guys off waivers, win trades, everything to help you win those leagues. But let's dig in here. Kareem Hunt signed a one-year, $4 million deal. A deal up to $4 million. That means it's incentive-laced with the Browns today, just a few minutes ago. Big news considering what's been going on with this running back situation, the depth chart, and everything else. A lot of people are interested in this. I'm reading the tea leaves here from social media. A lot of people are down on Hunt, saying, hey, he ain't looking good. He was bouncing around the NFL this offseason trying to get signed with a team. It wasn't happening. They're saying, hey, we don't want to touch this. Too much for the price. A lot of other people are saying, hey, he's got some history with the Browns. He knows the system. He's been there before. He's going to be able to step in. He's going to take some touches. I'm picking him up now. I'm getting him as a free square. And everybody's all over the board right now as the dust is settling. And now I'm here to give you some information, going over the stats and try to really pinpoint what's going on here. But he did bounce around from team to team this offseason. And they're like, hey, we're good with what we got. We're good. We'll keep you on the line. If something happens, we'll give you a call. But right now, we don't want to spend that money for you. We're good with the running backs we got on the roster. The Browns said that. A bunch of other teams said that. The NFL said that. And now it took a big injury to Nick Chubb. And now he's back with the Browns. Now we have to see how this unfolds here. But looking at what he's done over the last 3 years, he was very productive back in 2020. That was when everybody's going after him in fantasy. 2021, he was out. And then last season's where we really want to look at here, very up and down with the production. Still can give you something from a fantasy football realm, but really not the craziest thing. One, he's getting up there in age, older running back, and he's sharing the backfield. Not a true bell cow, but a guy who can really take some touches and be productive when the game script calls for it. But looking at the opportunity share last year, it was the Nick Chubb show, as it should be and should always be, a 32% opportunity share. Nick Chubb's gone. He's not coming back. There's no other running backs on waivers or on this depth chart that's going to come in, handle the rock, and be Nick Chubb and get this opportunity share. There's nobody that's going to do it. You're not going to find a Nick Chubb off the street. He is a rare running back talent that you find in the league. You get a few of those, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4, that are just top tier stud level. And then there's the rest. There's levels to this game. There's not many on Nick Chubb's level. You're not going to have many guys come in and just take his snaps and do the same thing. That being said, Jerome Ford should still be getting some opportunity, should still be getting a large role in this offense, a large piece of the pie here. You should not be scared of this, because if not, Pierre Strong would be getting some of this. There could be indictment on Pierre Strong, really. It's saying, hey, this backfield's not ready, and we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. But Kareem Hunt, 16% opportunity share. Maybe we see something around those lines, maybe 16 to 20. Maybe Ford's getting 25 to 30, and it's a split backfield. It's off and on. Hunt gets used a little bit more in the passing game. Ford between the tackles. Ford getting some opportunity here, but he's so explosive that he can really nail you out some fantasy production. And then we look at Jerome Ford. The thing about Ford, though, when you picked him up off waivers, you knew he had some bad matchups coming up. We got Tennessee, we got Baltimore, then we got a bye week, then we got San Francisco. You knew that was coming up. That was the thing. So there was a chance anyways that we were going to come off this start, even without Kareem Hunt, slow, then things were just going to pop off here on the back end once we got out of this bye week. But think about it this way, with Kareem Hunt, you can't have Ford take all the touches. He's not going to get 100% opportunity share. That is very rare. He could still get a large opportunity share, a huge one in this offense, and still be very productive. And still Kareem Hunt have his role. That could still happen. You should not be down on Ford. We said it yesterday on the video that this team can't go without signing another back. And they can't. They can't do that. You look at the depth chart, they can't do that. They had to bring somebody in. There's nobody in the league that's going to step in and be the Nick Chubb. There's nobody that's going to do that. They're going to have to split these reps. They're going to have to split this pie. There's no world beaters out there. Jerome Ford has athleticism to really pop off. He's shown it. He's done it. This team does like him, or they would have signed a running back of consequence during the offseason. They would have worried about that during the offseason. They did not. They did not. That's a good sign that they liked Jerome Ford, and they gave him the carries last night. The other night, he looked well. There's a lot of good indicators here. They like Jerome Ford. They need another guy, though. They need another guy. And Jerome Ford's highly athletic, can pop off when he gets to the second level. Couldn't be 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We've already seen that. We know it can happen. They need that in this offense. Kareem Hunt really can't be that anymore. He really can't. They need Jerome Ford to really pop off and be a hammer and a guy that can really bring it home when he gets that opportunity. And then we look at Pierre Strong. Look at the metrics here. 4.37, 40-yard dash. 4th round pick, very, very productive out of college out of South Dakota State. The metric says, hey, you need to give this guy an opportunity. You need to give this guy a chance. But he has not been on the Browns for long. He hasn't been there. So they need a guy that can really take over that RB2 role, that can really get some touches there, help the team. As Pierre transitions, learns the role, gets better in this offense, but they also needed another back. They can't just go with these 2 running backs and some jabronis. They needed another back. That was in the cards, and we knew that was going to happen, but Jerome Ford still has a ton of opportunity. This is more of an indictment on Pierre Strong that he's not ready, because you look at these metrics, you look at the production, you look at what we saw in the field at New England. He can pop off some long runs. An RB2 for this guy here, from what we saw, from what we see from college and everything else, is in the cards for him. He must not be ready yet. He must not be ready. They would not have made that deal earlier this offseason, right before the season started, if they were not into him. But he's also a player that should be on the radar nonetheless. You need Kareem Hunt because he's a free square. Free player to get off waivers after your waiver wire has turned and burned. Or you already got him because you saw the tea leaves here. We saw the news yesterday. He's visiting with the team and people were picking him up. I was seeing that left and right, and you want to see what happens. You just want to see what happens. You don't need him because you don't want to see this play out. You don't care. You don't care. You don't want to mess with his backfield anymore. You got Jerome Ford. That's your guy. You saw what you saw Monday night. You're going to roll with it. You don't need these touches from Kareem Hunt. You saw what you saw from last year, and you're like, all right, that's good. Can't get really much better than that. Really can't unless he falls in the end zone a few times, steals a lot of work in the passing game. I really think this Browns team is going to end up passing it a lot more. That is really my main takeaway here. I think this Browns team is going to just light a fire in the passing game, throw more attempts, and may bump up a bit, maybe 5% or so. But still, we're going to see more in the passing game because really, you paid up for Deshaun Watson. That should be your guy. You have some good wide receivers there. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Amari Cooper. You got Elijah Moore. You got some pieces there. David Njoku. You can really move the rock. And plus, you put that money down on that quarterback, you better put the chips down on him when your running back's out and see what happens. But still, this is going to be an opportunity for Jerome Ford. We got to see what happens with Kareem Hunt. Probably similar role to last year as he gets a similar opportunity share. But Jerome Ford should be the guy. But really, we're watching the tea leaves here in these next few weeks because these matchups are not great going forward. And you're going to have some head scratchers with these running backs anyways. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Catch you on